Yes, now we have found out the moment at the three places, that is at the cantilever portion as well as the between the two columns, that is where the point of contraflexure is, and at the transverse part. You can see from there. Now we'll find out the depth of the footing. So this is, you can see the moment is equal to 0.36 fck into b into xu into d minus 0.42 xu. This is from page 96 is 456. Okay, I'm just substituting this moment value of 330. We have to take the maximum value. Maximum we have got it at cantilever part 330. 187 is lesser than that, and 197 is also lesser than 330. So the maximum is 330. I'm taking it as 330 into 10 to the power of 6. I'm converting it into Newton mm. Then to 0.36 fck is 20 m20 grade of concrete. B is 2 meters. I'm converting it into mm, so it is 2000 mm. xu is 0.48 d. From this you'll get it, d is equal to 250 mm. Okay, I'm providing an effective cover of 50 mm, so overall depth will be capital D is equal to 300 mm. So okay, we have found out the depth of the footing. Let's go to the next step and we'll see what is the next step we have to do. So basically now we have found out the moment at three places, we have found out the depth. Now we'll see the area of steel. So area of steel at the, we'll find out at the three places. So basically here area of steel I'm finding it at the center portion. Moment I had got it at I had got it as 187.4 into 10 to the power of 6. I'm just substituting this value. You know this formula. Okay, from this we are getting AST is equal to 2600 mm square. And spacing also I'm seeing, spacing I'm providing 20 mm dia bars, so spacing also I'm getting it as 120 mm center to center. Okay, you can see it as the area of steel at the central portion. Okay, at the central portion. Same way I'm seeing at the cantilever portion also. You can see the moment we had got it as 330. Okay, I'm just substituting these values. Fy is 415, we had assumed 415 grade of steel, Fe 415. Okay, I'm substituting these values. D is 250 what I had got. Okay, from this also area of steel for the cantilever part I'm getting it as 4578 mm square. I'll find out the spacing also. 25 mm dia bars I'm taking. See, it is up to us to take either the different bars. You can see here at the center part I'm taking it as 20 mm dia bars, and at the cantilever part I'm taking it as 25 mm dia bars. We can either take the same bars also, or we can change the bars. It is up to us, but practically the same dimension of the bars are taken, because it won't be feasible to put different types of bars, because it will be a little bit problem. Okay, while tying those bars, while making the mesh. Okay, fine. So anyway, we are taking here it as 20, here as 25 mm dia bars, 100 mm center to center spacing we have got. One more place we'll have to find out the area of steel. Okay, that is at the transverse section. We'll find out transverse section also. You'll have to find the area of steel same way. Okay, now let's check for one way shear. We'll have to do, what is the check for one way shear? You can just see simple the steps you must have followed here. The first we had found out the total load coming onto the footing, that is W1 plus W2 plus the self weight. Then we had found out the area. From the area we had found out the L and B. We had already got as 2 meters. Then after finding the L and B dimension, then we had found out the NUPI, net upward pressure intensity, and net upward pressure intensity for the width we had seen. Width was 2 meters. After that, now we had calculated the cantilever part at the face of the column. What was the face of the column? We had calculated that part. At the three places we'll have to find out the moment, as I had told you all, that is at the face of the column, at the central part where the shear force changes its sign, that is a point of contraflexure where shear force becomes zero. As this is equal loads, so because it is similar loads, directly it will be in the center only. The maximum moment there we'll have to calculate at the center point also. If there are unequal loads, then we'll have to calculate with the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. We'll have to find out that. Anyway, as this equal loads, then the third thing was we'll have to find out the transverse portion, what was the moment. After getting the three moments, then what we did was we found out the depth of the footing. we took the highest moment and we took that and we calculated D. After calculating D, the next step what we had done was we calculated the area of steel for three parts, that was the cantilever part and the middle portion as well as the transverse section. Okay, now we have come to the check for one-way shear. You can see here the code says that the typical section that occurs at a distance of D is equal to 250 mm from the face of the column. From the face of the column, 250 mm from the face of the column. Critical section. So what happens is, after the shaded area, you can see here 250 mm from the face of the column. So as we know, from the 1.1 was the face of the column, 1.1. After, you can just see here, you can see, just see it closely here, 0.25 meter, that is okay. 250 mm has been changed to meter. So the critical sections occurs after that. Face of the column was 1.1. From this center was 1.25. Face of the column was 1.1. From the face of the column, 250. If you remove that, 0.85. So just see the critical section. V is equal to 1.5 into W into shaded area. Okay, W, this is the NUPI. We have to take NUPI only for this area, So 181.82 into 0.85 into 2. 0.85 is this dimension and 2 is this dimension. Okay, this shaded area is 0.85 into 2. Okay, I've just factored it also, 463.64. You can just see this tau V is equal to VU by BD. I'm just substituting this value of VU here, converting it into Newton, and this B is 2000, breadth is 2 meter, you can see here, and D is 250, so 0.927 Newton per mm square. Now shear stress tau C is governed by RT and grade of concrete. Okay, let's see the next step. You can see here it is on page 72, IS 456. Okay, hope this is also clear. Okay, let's turn down here, turn to the next page. So you can see this percentage AST by BD into 100. AST is 4580. This is the highest area of steel what we have got, we are taking here. So 0.916 from table 19 of IS 456. See here, page 73, table 19. This is PT. Okay, so tau C 0.62. So tau V is greater than tau C. Basically, we want tau C greater than tau V. You can see here tau C 0.62 and tau V we got it as 0.927. Okay, so what is it has failed, one way shear has failed. Increased depth of the footing to make it safe. So we had got to see, basically one thing remember, in combined footing, basically whatever depth you get, multiply the depth with 2 times or 2.25 times, because what will happen is it will fail here. You will have to repeat the step from the depth of the footing. Again you will have to repeat the steps from there. So what I suggest you is, you just increase the depth at that place only, where you can just see here depth of footing where you had calculated. You can see here, I'll just show you depth of footing at this place only 250. Just increase it here only 2 times, so it is 2 times or 2.5 times or 2.25 times, so it is around 550. Now we have increasing it to 550 with the cover of 50, the same depth. Okay, now we are continuing here with 550 because it has failed here. Okay, so I suggest you at that step only you just increase it, or else it is for sure it will fail. You will have to continue the steps. Basically these problems takes a lot of time and it will be very difficult for you all to manage time in the exam. Okay, check for two-way shear. One-way shear is over, punching shear. The code says that critical sections occur at a distance of d by 2 from the face of the column. D by 2 from the face of the column. D by 2. D by 2. D is 550, by 2 is 275. So it says that 275 from this side, 275 this side. So 275 here. Then the column size will come 275 here. So 275 from the face of column. Then the column is of 300 and then 275. Same way 275 this way. You can see here. And then the column and this. So you can just see the total what it will come up to. You can just see here. The total is 0.85. 0.85. How is it? So 275 plus 300 plus 275. As it is, it is 550 plus 300 size of column, 850, 0.85 meter. Okay, Just see here, shear force at critical section, V is equal to 1.5 into 1000 is the load coming onto that column. 1000 minus W into shaded area. W is NUPI 181.82 into 0.85 into 0.85. So VU we got it as 1303 kilonewton. Tau V is equal to VU by BD. VU by BD. Okay, you can just see here 1303 into 10 cube by BD. Okay, D is this VU by B we have already got it as 2000. Okay, 2000. So 0.7 you will get it as you can just see here, permissible shear stress. This is page 58 of IS 456, clause 31.6.3.1. Okay, so KS, what is it? 0.5 plus beta C should not be greater than 1. But what is beta C? B by D. B is the size of the column. Size of the column 300 by 300 as we had taken. So sometimes the size of the column can be 300 by 450, bigger size by the smaller size, so it is equal to 1, should not be greater than 1 it says. So Ks is equal to 1.5, it should not be greater than 1, so Ks is equal to 1. Tau C is equal to 0.25 root FCK. I've just substituted it, FCK is 21.12. So tau C is this, tau V is less than tau C. Tau V is 0.7 and tau C is 1.12, hence provide thickness of 550. So we have passed both the checks here. Now just we are you can see the detailing here. 20 mm dia bars will be placed like this, and 20, see this is the central part, we got it as 20 mm dia bars. Cantilever part 25 mm dia bars. Same way I have just provided 20 mm dia bars at the center, and here this transverse part 10 mm dia bars, 25 mm dia bars is 100 mm center to center. This is how you place the detailing also. Transverse part will be placed like these straight. Transverse pass bars will be placed in this way, and the central part bars are placed like this straight from here to here, and the cantilever part bars are placed here, face of the column. So anyway, this is the figure. You can check this out, inshallah. Now this is the combined footing has been over. In the further classes we'll see the other with the, you can check even with the unequal loads also. A little bit complicated but not tough. You can just understand it, and you can in the comment section you can ask me if you have not understood anything. We'll continue it later. Thanks for now. We have finished the combined footing part 2.